Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and we are having a little rainy day here in Arizona. It's late April, and so we have, from time to time, we have a shower like this. This is not the heavy rain, this is just little showers, and then sometime in July and August and September, that's the season for the monsoon rains. And the monsoon rains, they bring about flash floods and all that kind of bad stuff. So that's not. This is just a shower. But I wanted to show you some things that have happened recently here in where we live. You notice that limb is broken off of that tree, and those trees with the green bark, I don't know their name, but anyway, they break easily in windstorms and things like that. But we didn't have a windstorm. The other day it was like, normally right now it would be like 80 degrees, 90 degrees out there, or sometimes higher. And we were just in our little fifth wheel, and my wife happened to be looking out the window. I wasn't, so I didn't see what she saw. But all of a sudden we heard this sound, which I've never heard before, on top of the trailer. And I mean, it was loud. It wasn't as loud as a jet going over, but it was loud, and didn't rock the trailer or anything. But it was coming from airflow, which came down over the top of us. As far as we know, it was like what they call wind shear, and it came down. Well, actually, it moved on past us, and so at first we thought it was like a whirligig that draws the dust up, and so it's a dust devil is what they call it. Anyway, and then this little baby green tree, it's growing out of the root of a larger tree that was broken down. Well, it's not quite a year ago. We had a terrible windstorm. But anyway, so what happened was it came apparently the wind came down from up above, and I've been flying my plane when I ran into a little wind shear, and trying to land the plane one time in Yakima, and I had full flaps on, and I was coming in for a landing, and I was on the approach, and all of a sudden I had to give it all the power I could to keep it from being pushed into the ground, or the landing lights that they have prior to the airstrip. Anyway, I ran into it that time, and then I had a little bit of an experience another time. But I thought, well, since I'm down at this low altitude, let me show you something that was not good. My son set us up with his fifth wheel, and he built that little deck out there. And we've had, a half a dozen cement trucks come and go, and they come and go through that gate over to the left, and they drive by this this deck, and nothing happens. But we had this one cement driver when we were pouring the concrete in the backyard there for my granddaughter's upcoming wedding. He didn't know. Well, first of all, I just won't say anything bad, but he didn't know how to do any of that stuff. He wasn't. I must have been a new guy. He looked like an old guy. But he came around the corner and, of course, ran into the edge of the deck. It moved the deck, and a couple guys had to pull on it to get it back into position. So anyway, that didn't do us any good. And then you'll notice we've got some struts underneath of the slide out. The slide out is controlled with cables, and it never has been level. And we had some guys come in, and the guys that did the air conditioning, and they tried to get it to level, and they couldn't get it. So we decided, phooey, we'll just pump it up. So as we come around here, this little corral that we've got, we've had 4 goats. We're down to 2 goats now. We had 2 burros, and they're gone. And in my last video, I showed you how we had 4 horses, but one of them was hard to train, and so it was less than a year old, and it was a Mustang, and it was just had been a wild horse. So anyway, my granddaughter sold it to somebody else. So now we're down to 3 horses and 2 goats. And one nice thing about Rainstorm is that you get a free car wash. It's not the best quality, but where we live here is in this neighborhood is called the Dust Bowl, because behind us we're looking west here, and the nighttime breeze and the morning breeze generally comes from the east, and so all the dust that takes is roused up around here. It all ends up on top of our cars and stuff. And then the neighbor, he's got if you notice that fence, the corner was out a ways, but the cows have pushed it in to trying to get to those trees that he planted and eat the leaves off of them. But anyway, he brought in 4 cows a while back, 2 steers and 2 cows, and then the 2 cows had calves, and so then we had 6. And then not too long ago, he brought in 2 older calves that were taken away from their nursing mothers, and so for a couple of weeks, we heard cows crying all night long. And so anyway, I don't see them all there. I think they might be behind something, so doesn't look like 8 cows out there right now. But anyway, so we had this rain this morning, and I thought, well, I'll catch you up on everything that's going on in my son's mini farm. And earlier today, it was a lot prettier to look out there to the east, because as the sun came up, it was popping through the clouds in little spurious holes here and there, and you could catch that sunbeam effect. You can still see it kind of there as we pan across here, but it's not near as beautiful as it was earlier today. So anyway, I'm just wanted to go out and fly my drone and let you see what it looks like in the springtime when we get a shower. And plus, I hadn't flown my drone for a couple of days. And I've got a new e-bike, and I've been riding it, having a lot of fun with it. And I'll have more videos related to that. In fact, yesterday I took my first long 10-mile ride on it, and it looks like it's going to be just fine for running out and taking some videos with my drone. So as we leave the little mini farm that my son has put together, I want to thank you so much for watching my videos, and hope it wasn't too boring, and God bless.